Welcome guys. Welcome to another stream. Today we're gonna go with part two of the Magnus Endgames. I wanted to share some interesting positions and endgames about the best player in the world, and try to understand a little bit of the way he plays. These are gonna be very instructive endgames, and I really hope you guys enjoy. Later we're probably gonna also play some blitz, and yeah, let's have some fun tonight. On Monday, if you follow my channel, I went over two very nice, very instructive endgames. That if you miss them, you can watch part one on my YouTube channel. I will show you quickly the two endgames that we talked about. So we started on this position, Carlsen Fabiano. Magnus win a beautiful endgame on a bishop versus knight endgame. The first one we saw was this one. But Magnus beats also Giri on an amazing endgame as well. Today we're gonna do this one. So we're gonna actually start from the beginning because the opening is very interesting. And this game once again was from the Chessable Master. So we're gonna stick to the Chessable Master for two more games, and then we're gonna jump into another tournament that they played before the Lindores tournament. We're only gonna see Magnus technique on this endgame, so it's only gonna be Magnus games, but they will be awesome. So here we go. So Magnus plays Queen's Gambit here, and he had some interesting results against the Nimzo Indian. Ding Liren chooses here a very aggressive approach, which is the d5 line. I call that one the Aronian line because Aronian was the one who, on my understanding, popularized this line a lot. There are a lot more complex ways to play here, but bishop g5 is one of them. h6, and usually if you just want to get an easy slightly advantage, you just take the knight. You can go bishop h4, but this obviously brings up some real complications on this pin. So basically this is what you get, no? Usually after bishop takes knight, queen takes knight, something like pawn takes pawn should be very easy, slightly better for white. But Magnus is trying to look for a little more. He goes queen b3. So far so good. Everything is typical. Let me turn down the volume a little bit on the. All right, that's good enough. So okay, so here we are again. So after queen b3, well, obviously you're taking the bishop on b3. The bishop has to do something. The most typical way of playing here is c5. In fact, this is supposed to be, on my understanding, before this game, this was supposed to be a very easy draw, or at least very comfortable for black. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. The idea is that now when you take this pawn, if you ever take this pawn, I will take the knight. I could take the knight, and then if you trade, I'm gonna play for the double pawns. So these pawns here are isolated and double, and so they're weak pawns. So you gave up a pawn, but you will eventually get it back very fast. This is what black is trying to do. Now Magnus plays e3 first, castle, and they finally go into this endgame. As you can see, you cannot really take the pawn because I just got a free pawn with a tempo. That's not gonna work for black. So Ding Liren goes for the endgame that we just talked about, this one here. And this is not really the point of this lecture. We're gonna get there soon. Black goes knight d7, and here is when here we go again. this is where Magnus once again proved his amazing endgame technique. I mean, this looks like an endgame that should be about draw. I don't think I've ever seen anyone playing this position before at the high level, because it's supposed to be again equal. I'm trying to get this pawn on c5, and if I manage to get this pawn on c5, then black might be slightly better actually, because yes, you have an isolated pawn, but I also have an isolated pawn here, and the c file is very easy for black to put pressure on this pawn. So what's black's idea? Of course, take that pawn and then try to get this pawn later. Magnus stops that by playing probably possibly the only move, rook d1. You could also castle. That would have been interesting and something to consider for all the time. But rook d1 was played to stop the knight takes pawn. As you can see, if you take the pawn, rook takes pawn, and of course, white have a pawn. Maybe black has some real compensation, but yeah. GM Ray Robson, hey, welcome. Yeah, and that might be the problem. You see, with the king on c1, there are moves like knight e4. Thanks for the suggest, Ray. And I think, yeah, there's some knight e4 ideas like knight f2, and then you got some issues. Now, the nice part of this is that you're delaying the taking of this pawn. Still, pretty easy for black to play, because black is trying to go bishop d7 or bishop e6, then rook c8, rook takes c5, and then the pawn on c3 still pretty weak. On top of that, you got moves like knight e4. So I mean, it looks like black is doing pretty well. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute here to think and see how do you deal with this. Because black is trying to go bishop e6, rook c8, and life is good. If you go something like c4, I think black can just go probably bishop e6, and then if you take the pawn, something like bishop takes e5, and I feel like the initiative here will be too fast. So I'm taking the pawn on a2, rook c8, and knight e4, and then I don't know, you're just behind development big time. So it would not be. That's the first thing I thought. Hi Saumik, how's it going, man? So basically, I mean, this is a very interesting position. I always thought that that this was just bad. I used to play this position with black, and to me, in my mind, I thought, you know what, I'm good here. Not only that I'm good, that I'm actually trying to hassle, because I got this plan. No, the king is not good. I mean, looks good. Well, Magnus found an amazing plan here, an amazing plan to fix this pawn structure. He's not gonna be able to protect this pawn. There's no way. The plan's coming is this. Too much pressure on the one pawn when you're not even castle. So, if anyone has any other suggestions, but I'm gonna go with the move knight d4. Bam. First little bomb here. Now I'm playing c4. And also, if you try to go something like knight e4, I think I can play f3. Well, actually, no, wait, not f3. I'm gonna do a move that. Actually, I think c4 here works. This is better now. C4 is a lot. So this works. This knight is kind of wasting time here, and now you don't have bishop e6. So this is good. This is very good for white. So what does Ding does? He goes bishop d7. Logical move, stopping any trades. Trying to go rook c8, and the same idea. You got also the same tricks, knight e4, knight takes f3. Well, that's not gonna happen. Now the next move is a very important move. See if you guys can see it. Another 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever. What would you play? He's playing knight e4. He's playing rook c8. Everything is coming at you. Once again, c4. I think I can go rook c8 and. Actually, I can probably take the pawn. Maybe I can even take the pawn. I think I can take the pawn, then rook c8, and then take the pawn on c5. It should be pretty easy for white. So, but I think this is definitely, well, these two combined are the strong moves that you have to worry about. So Magnus goes f3. Bam, beautiful move. Also, not easy to make. You know, cutting off the power of the knight. So now knight e4 is not really possible. So that's a good move. Oops, definitely not knight 5. Now Ding follows with the only move. I mean, you gotta move. You gotta do what you gotta do. Rook Fc8. It doesn't still seems like you're just getting the pawn. Now Magnus, that's the only move, and the whole idea of this knight b3, protecting the pawn on c5. And this is where basically everything starts. And this is the part of the endgame that's extremely instructive. So black goes bishop a4, only move, trying to get the pawn back. I would think that maybe something like bishop e6 could have been interesting. I'm not really sure, but then triangle knight d7, but then oh wait, bishop b5, not really attacking anything. I'm up a pawn. You gotta make some really good moves here. So the problem, that's the problem. He goes bishop a4, and now you think, well, now black is just doing really well. I'm taking the knight, I'm taking the pawn finally, and I'm gonna double my rooks. Life is good. Well, that's what you think. Not when you're playing Magnus. He goes rook d4, solid. Rook d4, and now, hey, they played this. It says it on the title, June 30. You can see it on the title of the game, guys. He just played rook d4. They played this 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, so pretty recent game. Rook d4, bam, forcing the bishop to take, of course. And now, well, we just got something out of this. We were gonna lose the pawn and keep the isolation. So now, at least I fixed my pawn structure, but now we have another problem. We have another problem here. The pawn on c3. Of course, king d2 makes sense, but what if I play rook c8? I don't know. It looks like white is losing a pawn. So, is that possible? Saumik is asking the question if this endgame was actually prepared for Magnus beforehand, and I am 100% sure that it was. This has to be. This is such a classic endgame that everyone knows, and you shouldn't. I don't think he will get onto this if he understands some insane ideas. This endgame have to be prepared, because look, this is so forced. You're already losing a pawn, or you're gonna have to go very, very passive. You haven't developed the rook, the bishop. It looks like black is better. It looks like black is just better here. But there is an amazing tactic here, guys. An amazing tactic that saves the entire position for white. Bishop d3, solid. Bishop d3, solid. And then the problem is that if you go rook takes pawn, what happened? Bishop c4, bam! What a freaking monster. I mean, obviously he did not calculate this on the game. Now, this did not happen in the game, but it's an important idea to understand why it's okay here. Why is managing to coordinate the pieces. And of course, if you manage to coordinate, then why is better, because you got not only an isolated pawn, but a more active king, and you're playing a rook bishop endgame versus rook and knight. So this is an important moment of the game, the fact that the tactic doesn't work for Ding Liren. So Ding, understanding that, he tries to go rook a5, thinking that, wait, I'm gonna take advantage of this. Maybe my rook can become more active now with rook a2 and stuff like that. Then Magnus goes, oh no, bishop d3, and another proof that this thing was 100% prepared at home. The rook is active for just a second, because after this I go bishop c2, and then my king is coming to a rescue. Then your rook, instead of being in a really bad, in a really good active position, is actually in a really bad position. So crazy. Now black goes knight d7, thinking, you know what, let's activate my knight because it's useless. Let's just try to go knight c5 and do something that's useful. And now again, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to think about what do you think Magnus did. The next move is amazing, no? And the whole idea of this position. This game is amazing all the way. Also, this game has some funny story behind that I will tell you at the end. This is the game that Magnus win. This is the game that Magnus wins because Dingley then disconnected, and then Magnus in the next game he drops the queen move 4. This is the game. So there's a funny story behind this game. Dingley then had a draw, and then he disconnected, lost the game. Then he made the 4 moves. Queen takes d2 sacrifice and lost in honor of the disconnection. So, but this game is just amazing anyway. White to move. What do you do? Ray wanted to play king c1, but I don't think it works. Why not? King c1? What are you worried about? What is the problem with king c1, guys? Is there any problem with king c1? Interesting, very interesting. Well, if you play king c1, if I play king c1, you play knight c5, I don't have to move my bishop. I can just go king b2. So, king c1, knight c5, king b2, right? Solid. And if you take my bishop, I just take you. And now the rook is completely out of the game. I'm playing rook d1 and I got lots of initiative, right? That pawn on d5 is pretty bad. Hey, little grandmaster is late. It's late, Indiana. It's very late. Alright, so rook d1 is coming, and the pressure on d5 connected with some e4 or c4 is a pawn for sure on the endgame. So I think that works. Rook a c5, b4, rook c7, but after rook c8, maybe b4 immediately strong. Yes. That's exactly. Well, this is kind of what happened in the game, and you're gonna see. So back to the original. King c1 was the move. King c1 is the best move, and now, like we said, knight c5 doesn't have. This move is amazing because all black has here is the initiative on the 7th rank. So you don't have this anymore because bishop b1 and then king b2 is almost not. It's almost winning. This is like crazy. This is like almost winning. After I play king b2, your rook is stuck, and then your pawn is weak. It's horrible. It's horrible. So black goes rook c5. I guess with coronavirus, the time doesn't even matter anymore, right? So king b2, protects the pawn. Now now remember that this tactic rook c8, if I go even rook e1, it doesn't work because I think I still have bishop c4. So you always have to keep that in mind. Now there's this little tactic here that gives black a lot of initiative. And then I also can just play rook c1 with maybe some ideas like b4. I don't know. These are just ideas. Because in the game, rook e8 was played, and Magnus, well, solid. You're dropping that pawn. No, not gonna drop that pawn. So far, so good. Knight e5. And here's the moment where I think he made the right decision. White is pushing. But, of course, if you move the bishop away, I might, I don't know, I might play maybe knight c6 and try. I mean, it doesn't look very good, actually. I mean, this would have been fine. I'm not 100% sure about this. I don't see what can black do? What can white do here? Sorry, what can black do? I feel like white is just playing rook d1. This would have been fine, but of course Magnus played b4. I mean, is honestly a very simple approach, because the problem is that now your rook on c5 is completely stacked. You cannot move it backwards because I take the pawn on d5. So black is pretty much forced to take the bishop, and then now the rook is forced to go to b5. And of course, I mean, seriously, you're gonna play with a rook on the 5th rank? That's almost trapped. I mean, that's a human move, and I like it. I think bishop f1 would have been better for white. Maybe that's just a maybe. I'm not 100% sure. So b4 is just a very nice move. Simple. Knight takes, bishop, rook takes. But then again, guys, think about where we started, right? Where we started and where we are. This is amazing. Is how he improves those positions where it doesn't look like there's anything. Now, do I think that maybe his team prepared this position for the tournament? I think so. Maybe he prepared himself. I think so. It's very hard to prepare these ideas in a game of 15 minutes. I don't. He's just very well prepared. I don't know. That's what I think. I think that position is a perfect example of Magnus well prepared, good preparation. That's what I think, but I'm not sure. So anyway, King B3, and now he's going King A4, but not really. He's just trying to go Rook D1, but well, not really. So it's still not easy for Black. It's still not easy for White. Sorry, to win. No. Now, if you're playing an endgame, any type of endgame, there's one thing that you always have to do, and that is to activate what? You have to activate what? For both players, Black and White, doesn't matter. You have to activate something. You have to activate what? The pawns. I'm just kidding. The king. Yes. So Dean Liren, of course, you have to activate the queen. Of course, you have to activate the queen only after you can promote the queen. You have to activate the king, baby. The king always. You see, well, if this king stays around here, you're done. It's over. You gotta do something with your king. So King F8, Rook A1. Now this move is very tricky. I should have stopped here and make you think about this, because the thing is that if you go Rook D1, I can continue. I can make a time waste like this A6, and then if you take, yes, you are better. Of course you are better. Actually, wait. Yeah, I can do this, and then I still have a surviving move that is not very clear. This endgame might be really bad for Black anyway, but I think I have a chance of a draw here. Watch out, because I also have the faraway pawn. So I mean, this should be a draw, but I don't know. Obviously not necessary for White when you have all the initiative that you have. And of course the idea is that I want to make I can also play Rook E5 too, which is, either way Black is in trouble, but Magnus wanted more than that. So he wants to go Rook A1, A6 only move, and then now instead of trading the Rook on taking on D5, he wants to go Rook A5, force the Rook trade. But then now look what he just got, baby. That king, whew, that king is coming. King B4, King C5, King B6. It looks completely losing now for Black. It's actually amazing that Dean Liren found a defense on this position. If I switch you up here, you guys would have been lost. Especially if you're playing Magnus, no? I have a feeling that most people in the world will lose this endgame, even at the top level, unless you're a monster. Even at the top level, you have to be a Caruana, maybe a Dean Liren. A couple of people would defend this game. It's very difficult. So this move, for example. Now what do? Let's try to defend this. I think the next move is extremely important. What do? It's not that hard, but it's important. You don't have much of a choice, honestly. Black to move. See if you can play like Dean Liren. Okay, Ray saying Rook E6 with the idea of B6. That makes sense. My only concern will be that maybe I can take the pawn, you take my pawn, and then I go Rook D7. Maybe that could be. Oh no, but then you play, and I don't think your Rook E7 works. Wait, does it? Okay, no. Rook E6, I go King B4. If you play B6, then now I take the pawn on D5. That's the idea. Someone is saying, why not B6 directly? Ooh, interesting. I like it. I like B6, active. Well, I think the answer is very simple. I take the pawn, then I take the D5 pawn. So you're gonna lose a pawn no matter what. That one is not an option. So B6, not an option. I take. And of course, you take that guy, then now I'm up a pawn, and this pawn is not weak anymore. That's not a good choice. Rook E6, I like it, but then I think King B4 too active. If you play B6, I still go Rook takes pawn. And then once again, you got a problem. Boom. I got a pass pawn. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can draw that, but you don't have to suffer. You have to run. But yeah, Ray got it. The move is Rook E5. definitely the best move by far. Not giving up anything, keeping the position active for the rook, and opening the king to go. Because of course you cannot just go king e7 and then lose the pawn for free and still get cut off. That would be horrible. So someone saying that yeah, you're gonna accept that you'll be down a pawn, so let's just try it out. Well, no, not yet. Rook e5, no yet. So what is the next move? I think the next move is pretty easy. King b4, bam. King b4, and now, I mean, it's just coming to you, man. This is bad. This is really bad. King c5, king, and what do? Well, you have nothing else. King e7. But then, a very important tactic here, if you go king c5, wait, I still have d4, right? Don't I? I still have d4. And I'm surviving. Watch out. King takes pawn, rook takes pawn. I'm actually pretty good here because my rook is coming up active. So, white doesn't have king c5. Then what else? What can you do? What is white's next move? White to move. Suddenly now you set the draw. Push on the king side. Ah, maybe. I see f4. I see g4. G4, interesting g4 actually. Interesting. You know. Well, if you cannot move the king, you don't have much left. So f4, bam, beautiful. I don't know about g4 actually. That's an interesting one, but I think comes g5 and then my rook is still active. The idea of a 4 is to distract the rook, right? The rook is obviously in a really good place because it cuts off the king. It also attacks the pawn on e3. So I want to get that rook defined so I can do something. If you stay on this dial anywhere else on this file, I'll go up. If you stay on this one, then your rook is almost trapped. So you have to play only one move here, rook e4 check, to try to get active from behind. So Magnus go king c5, and now my king is in. My king is in, babe. This is over. I mean, it's looking bad, right? King rook a4, and now boom, king b6. Wait, what's happening? What's happening here? I mean, how can you defend this? This doesn't look defendable, man. This looks like I actually thought that this game finished normally because it looks horrible. But no, that's how difficult rook games are. Rook games are extremely difficult, especially when you play the correct way. You see, Dean was passive, but he activated the rook. That's the key. Yeah, he created a lot of counterplay. So what's left for you to do? Well, if you take that pawn, I'm taking my pawn, so still not that bad. If you take, so you go king e6, solid, right? That's pretty much the only move to protecting the pawn. Now Magnus is waiting. You cannot really take the pawn because you lose the. This is the guy who's gonna create the real trouble here, no? Take that pawn, you win. So what does that mean? That means that even if you go rook a2, you're not really taking this pawn, do you? Or maybe you are. I don't know. But I would take and take. So Magnus goes rook d4. Easy money if you trade, of course. That's a completely losing endgame, not a chance. Then goes rook a2, actually rook a3 first, sorry. Rook a3 first, touching this pawn. Not that it really matters. This pawn is not really that important. It's the e pawn, the one that matters. So you want to take this guy, you want to take this guy, and then you have something good. A pass pawn on d5. So he goes e4, get rid of the weak pawn, and now, well, yeah, check first. You cannot really take this pawn because you are actually worse. Watch out, I'm taking that guy. So d takes e4, rook takes e4, rook b4, forcing the rook to get out of the file. Now you could go rook a3 and then I go king b3, and that would have been fine. That would have been actually the best move by Dean Liren. Rook a3, he missed it. He took the pawn, giving white some chances. And now it's pretty much forced. King takes b7, now I'm taking the pawn, so what else do you have? Rook c2. And this is crazy because it looks so bad, and suddenly it's not easy anymore. Because look, I'm getting one pawn or two pawns here. You're getting this pawn, but remember the idea of the typical idea of rook endgames, when you have a passed pawn and I have another passed pawn, I sack the rook for the pawn, and then I promote the other pawn, and it's a draw. So all black needs here is really one pawn, and then start pushing. Then later give up this rook for this pawn. That's all, and that's exactly what could have happened in the game. Magnus plays g3. There were other moves that could have been a little more interesting, like I think there was some h4 move that was interesting, but not really. So g3, rook takes pawn, king takes pawn, king g4. Watch out! I mean, sometimes you can actually lose these games if you get a little fancy. You might actually lose it. So because I'm getting a second pawn and I got two connected pass pawns. So rook b3 protects the pawn. Magnus, rook a3. Now watch out! You don't want to allow something like this. That could be dangerous. Not really here because you can cut off the king, but okay, you don't need it. So Dean just goes rook a2, and now the job is actually very, very easy. All you have to do is give up the rook for the pawn, make sure you don't get blocked, and then you just go f5, g5, boom, boom, done. That's a draw. But unfortunately thanks for the follow. Soaring Tiger. Unfortunately for Dean, he disconnected after king b6, and that was the end of the game. Unfortunately, he lost the game here, king b6, and it's a draw. It's a dead draw. He lost the game by disconnection here, and then Magnus won he dropped the queen the next game in 4 moves. For those of you who didn't see it, yeah. So he lost. And then Magnus ended up winning the match. Thanks to the follow, Golden Light, I guess. And so he won this game. Lost the follow-up game in 4 moves on an intentional sacrifice on d2 with the queen, and then he won the match later. That was really fun. That was really funny. I mean, it was news all over the chess world. Was there anything better than White could have done to press for a win here? Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, I think Magnus did everything. He was putting pressure all the way. But it was amazing. I mean, Dean made it look easy. Now to follow up with this could have been a draw. The follow up is easy actually. You just go f5. This is how easy it could have been. f5, a6, g5. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. That's it. You got nothing to do here. The only thing. Hey, what's so serious? What's so serious? I see you're very serious. Muy serio, señor. So rook b4, rook b5. This is the only thing you don't want to allow here. If you allow this, you might lose. But of course, as long as you don't do that, it's easy money. So you can play rook b5, and of course that's the moment where you do what? Bam! Easy money. Rook takes pawn, king takes, and bam! The pawn is too advanced. The king is too far away. This is a classic endgame that everyone needs to know. If you don't know it, well, here you have it. It's a draw. I mean, the king is, actually not that far, but it is enough to draw the game. Bam. So there's a lot of classic endgames like this, but in fact, the best position for the king will be on this side of the board, not on this side. This makes it a little more complex because the king can come in, but in this case, you just go king here and it's easy because it's too far away. Always on the side where the king will be blocked from getting closer, but you don't need it sometimes, like in this case. So amazing game, my Magnus, man. Always hassling on this endgame. It's pretty amazing. Almost in every game, it doesn't matter if he's a rapid or if he's a blitz, he just plays those positions that they don't look like much, and then he just kills you. So next game, guys, not over yet. This is amazing. This game is another masterpiece. Magnus playing black here, and Caruana white, and Fabiano goes e5. A natural move. Well, I think Caruana was having a hard time on this match, so he's trying to push for a win. And this position looks like a good chance for him to push for a win. Of course, you play e5 if you want to push for a win. You don't want to do pawn takes pawn. That would be too easy. That would be an easy equality. And actually, before I continue, guys, for those of you who don't know, I'm organizing a tournament. You need to check it out on my website. I'm organizing a tournament on August 16 next month. So it's open for everyone. You can read all the information on my website, and yeah, so go check it out. Also, go to my YouTube channel. I have tutorials there. Also lectures that I have done before. There's part 1 of this Endgame, Magnus Endgame stuff already there, and I will be uploading this one as well to my YouTube channel. So check out my YouTube channel, check out my website, check out the tournament that I'm organizing, and yeah, there are some pretty big guys already there. Garakamsky is there, Raf Mamedov is there. We have Irene Sukander is the strongest girl so far registered. But yeah, pretty much right now everyone is a GM. So there's I think 25 GMs already confirmed registered. So go sign up, and then maybe you can play some strong games. It will be a 15-round tournament on Lichess. So check it out. All right. So move on to this position. E5. Thanks for the follow, Sky Jumper. So e5, and this is the moment I want you to guys take a minute and think. White plays e5 here, thinking that he's gonna have a hassle time here. And of course, this knight has multiple ways you can move. You can go here, you can go here, you can go here. Well, let's start with the knight 5, just for fun. Bye, little grandmaster. Bye. Sleep well. It's very late. I know it's very late in Indiana. You should go to sleep for sure. Say hi to your parents. So knight h5. What do you think about knight h5, guys? Amazing move, right? It has everything you need. The knight to the side, attacks the bishop, initiative, right? It's perfect. Obviously not, guys. Obviously no, I'm just joking. Knight h5, knight h7 is the worst move you can possibly make here. So that leaves us with another amazing move. Knight e8 active. Very active, right? Putting the knight closer to the center. Super activity, right? Lots of places to go. Very good move. Very good move, right? Amazing move. Of course, I'm also kidding, guys. You don't want to block. You don't want to just discoordinate the rooks for no reason. I mean, maybe actually this is not bad. I mean, maybe. Obviously, very passive. I mean, I can make a move like knight b5 or something, and you have no way to go. So, okay, definitely not a shade. So, not a chance. So we have then two possible moves here. Now I'm serious. You gotta go knight d7, or you have knight e4. So we run out of moves pretty much. Knight d7 or knight e4. Now, which one do you think Magnus did? Which one of those two? So Ray saying knight e4 because he thinks that knight takes knight, pawn takes, rook takes pawn, bishop d5. Then he's got the possible double pawns. I see what he's saying. So basically, this is Ray's opinion here. Knight takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and after bishop d5, you have this idea: rook e3, bishop takes knight, and of course you cannot take with the rook because knight d4, and then you either lose the bishop or you lose the rook. The problem with that though is that I can still do g takes f3, and okay, yeah, maybe you have some compensation, but I'm up a pawn. Unless you prove me wrong, I'm gonna be moving my bishop back and maybe go f4, or actually maybe rook b3 or something like that. So definitely not worse for Fabiano. It's slightly better for white, and not easy to win. Sorry, not easy to draw for black. You still have to hassle. I mean, I'm sure Magnus would have figured it out, but of course Magnus wanted more than that. Magnus is actually trying to win this. Now the interesting thing about this next move here is his concept of initiative on endgames, right? So if you go knight d7, again a little passive. Rook d1 puts pressure on d4. Black is pretty much forced to go knight b6, and then maybe a move like bishop e3 or even b3. No, b3 doesn't work, so you have to go bishop e3, knight c4, and then something like this could be slightly better for white. But not very much, but slightly better for white. Since something like knight takes pawn, I can wait. That's not really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'm taking the rook. So maybe this is a maybe. Could have been another. Hey, how are you, Carlitos? So basically, this did not happen in the game. Magnus wanted more than that. He goes knight e4, but the idea of knight e4 is what matters. So he goes knight takes knight, pawn takes rook takes pawn, just like what we showed before. But instead of going for bishop d5 and bishop takes knight, he understands that this is already enough compensation, but he needs to activate the rooks. Bam! Rook f8, so he gives up a pawn, but now he just opens the file, and with a simple plan like rook d3, rook d3 and rook da is just amazing. Black is just slightly better or equal. I mean, it's an equal position, but in a practical matter, is extremely difficult for white to play. Because you're following with this bomb, rook d3, rook da, rook b3, everything, right? Then on the other hand, you got this bishop that's kind of useless. You got this knight that is also kind of useless, and then your rook is not even doing anything. So what's up here? This is crazy, no? It's a is a completely turn on the position, from being worse to suddenly being maybe better, based on initiative. There's another important thing here, is that the pawn on a4 is there. That pawn is a big threat, because you got a big threat for black. It's something that black wants later, maybe, because you got the bishop of the same color. So black is fine now. So rook c1 was played, then rook d3, and then the problem is, well, you got a lot of problems. I'm going rook b3. And now I'm going rook takes b2. I mean, this is crazy. Initiative on an endgame. This is why Magnus is the best player in the world. I mean, he understands he has some understanding of another world. You know, this is now it seems simple now when we study his games, but think about doing this on a game yourself. It takes some balls. So rook d3, rook e3. White is also pretty restricted. You're right, Setas. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I mean, Setas would have definitely sacrificed the pawn, because he gives up a lot of stuff anyway. So, so I think he would have done it. But you know, maybe I would have definitely not done it, and definitely not against Caruana. So rook e3 makes sense. Stops rook b3 is pretty much the only move. Then now, of course, rook d8, simple. Rook takes rook, and that's it. I mean, black is already totally fine. This is the moment where the computer thinks that equals knight takes e5 equal. So the computer thinks that the position is already that equal, but it is that equal. But of course, I think I take black here. I mean, think about it. I take black. I'm playing rook b3. I'm playing rook b4. If I get the pawn, any of these pawns here, if I get any of these pawns here, I'm better, because I got the pass pawn that's far away, and that's easy to push. When this guy here is extremely difficult to push. The only way you can push this pawn here is if you make a move like g4 and then get some pawn to f5, and we will get there later. Because Caruana has some good chances, and he throws them away. So of course, what's following up here? Well, you gotta go bishop. I mean, I think this move was decent. I don't think you have rook c3 because I can go check and then maybe rook a1. Okay. Anyway, bishop e3 was played by Caruana. Magnus rook b3, and one move later now black is slightly better. This is already slightly better. Someone is asking, for a player who is just beginning to play chess, do you think it is convenient to play blitz for 3 minutes, or should I play 10, 15, 25 minutes games? I don't think you're gonna learn much on 25-minute games because you waste too much time, especially online. I think less than 15 minutes is good. If you have the time, then I think 15 minutes is okay. But you need to play the time control that you feel you can play good chess. 3 minutes most of the time is too fast for most players, so you don't get to learn anything. You're just blitzing all the time. That's not good for you. So I think it's better for you to play whatever feels that you can think, that it gives you time to think. So yeah, so hopefully I answered the question. So on this is the endgame where Magnus won with the B pawn. Yes, he won with the B pawn and the G pawn, both pawns. Different color bishop endgame. Yes, this is the game. So rook b3. Well, I'm sure he has a lot of games, so he wins with the B pawn. But anyway, rook b3, and then now he's getting the pawn on b2. Simple, no? If you protect the pawn on b2, I go for the pawn on a4. You're just losing a pawn no matter what. Black is already better. So knight d4 makes sense for Caruana, realizing that, you know what, I'm in trouble here. I need to get out of here. I need to try to trade some pieces. My pieces are completely out of the game. So knight d4, knight takes knight, bishop takes, and of course rook b4, and here we go. Now Magnus already got the pawn. Can we do a programming stream sometime? Definitely not. You'll be so much better than me. I wouldn't have that much fun doing a programming stream. Like I would rather do chess. I would rather do chess for sure. So bishop c3 is obviously, I think it's the only move. If you go I'm taking the bishop, right? I'm taking the pawn. So you have to play bishop c3, rook takes pawn, and this was more or less force. Okay, more or less force. So white plays g4, a very good move by Fabiano. Magnus goes. What do you think? What do you think Magnus goes? b5. Thanks for the follow. As slow as to whatever. Yeah, that b5, king g2, b4. Pretty much force, right? I'm gonna get you guys to the moment of truth where Caruana messes it up. b3 attacks the bishop, right? Magnus just keeps fighting. No, he's trying to go rook a2, a4, a3, create a b pass pawn. The b pass pawn, guys. Don't forget that one. Bishop c3, rook a2, and I'm gonna leave you guys here for 1 minute because I want you to find the best way of for Caruana to play. Caruana made a mistake here. He played a little passive, didn't do a good job, and well, you see what happened after that. So white to move on Fabiano's last chance. Pretty much last chance on the game. You gotta calculate everything. You gotta tell me everything, not just the first move, but the follow-up. It's a beautiful line. It's a beautiful line that they missed. Well, Fabiano missed. White to move. Not an easy position, no. Very uncomfortable. That's why you gotta create contemplate, and there's only one way. Oh, trying to get the rook behind, maybe rook d1 and something like that. Could be, I don't know. Oh, contemplate with f4, f5. I mean, that's pretty much all you got left, right? I don't think you have many options, actually. I think you got 2 or 3. Maybe moving the king up. I don't know. That's why you gotta come up. He's gonna play this and this, and you're gonna be in trouble. You could try king f3, king e4, but where are you going? That doesn't do anything. I think king f3 was played in this position. Well, I don't know. That goes against any initiative, I think. Thanks for the follow, Crate277. Let's see if you have some skills, guys. I would think that the first move, I would see it. The follow up and the whole continuation, definitely not. It would just be. I think it would just too tough. I guess you should calculate f4. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a little hint here. f4 is the best move. Caruana played rook d1, and that was a big mistake. Because now Magnus, well, you see what happened later, but f4 is the best move. But then what do you do after f4 if I respond g6? This is the moment where that's exactly why it doesn't look it seems like f4 makes a3 stronger, and yes, you're right, Rikido, but it's not. The problem is that your bishop is so bad that either you do this or you can pretty much resign, because or at least you're gonna suffer the entire game. It's a one-time opportunity for you to activate this bishop and create some real threats. So what happened after g6? You gotta have 2 balls to play it like this. That's why Fabiano didn't play it that way. All right, here I go. No one has any suggestions here. Fabiano f5, g takes e6. No, too much. Yeah, no, that's a good idea, but that gives up too much. Two pawns too much. You're not gonna make me or anything. Here we go. Another who likes rook d1, a4, rook d8 check. I get you, but the problem is that, of course, if you do that, yeah, I can do anything I want. You don't have a 5, so I can go a4, rook d8. Wait. So rook d1, a4, rook d8. I go. What if I go here? The problem is that you don't have rook a8 because I had the check on d5. So now you're gonna stop. How are you gonna stop a3? You don't have a 5 because I go pawn takes, and then nothing. Oh, here we go. The 2600 players coming up with some interesting ideas. Rook f1, Ray. Are you sure about that? All right, let's try that. Rook f1 with the idea of a 5. So, following the right approach, right? We gotta play f5, but the problem is that wait, I go a4. You play f5, right? Makes sense. Now I'm gonna go bishop d5 check. This is the right line. This is what Caruana should have done. But now what do you play? Where do you go? A very important move here. Everyone, I know, everyone goes the same way. The first instinct, right? Let's get out of the pin. Let's get out of the pin. King g3. Wrong. Is the wrong move. You gotta go king f2 only move. Because you're not only getting out of the pin, you will get out of the pin, but you need to also take care of bishop e4. So when white goes a3, king e3 only move. And now if pawn takes pawn, you still have rook b1 surviving. Insane, right? And of course, I mean, dude, this is a 15-minute game. Okay, Fabiano is playing Magnus. He was probably a long time. Seeing this is insane. I mean, seeing this king f2 move. Are you kidding me? No one would have seen this. I mean, this is so tough. This is so tough. So this was the only real chance Caruana had. The moment he makes the move Rook D1, he is pretty much over. Yeah, I mean this is probably my favorite line of the entire game, and suddenly I don't know. Suddenly now is Black the one who probably needs to start taking stuff, because watch out, these pawns are active now. So anyway, going back to the game, Caruana plays Rook D1 too slow, as we know, because now you are not gonna have time to play F4 F5. I also have ideas like G5, which basically kills you instantly. So Magnus goes A4, taking advantage that this is your chance to go A3, because Rook D8 check again. You don't have Rook A8 because I got Bishop D5 check, so that's not a choice. So White goes King F3, which is a pretty good move, or at least it looks like. Caruana wants to do the same thing, try to go F4 F5, but the problem is that look what happened. Pawn takes G5, and this is where Caruana's dreams just simply went away. They're gone. I mean, after G5, your chance of playing F4 F5 are just past. They're gone. So now basically you got a B pawn, and then you got a problem because your bishop is horrible. On top of that, I got some chances here with creating these light squares. You know, try to get in. I still have to work a lot. I mean, Magnus has to do a lot of work here, because he gotta get something else. He's not gonna only win with this pawn. It's not enough yet. I think in this endgame, I think in this endgame now, he had to just sit and wait. Yeah, possibly. But of course, it's hard. Thanks for the follow, Gopu Pan. I mean, my guess is that Magnus is just gonna try to go H5. No, you have to go H5, and maybe if you just sit here on F3 and you sit, but come on, that looks very tough. You're also playing Magnus, don't forget. So he goes King E3. I think this was a little too I guess too forced. He wanted to make this a little more easy for himself. It makes sense to have the king closer to a pawn, but this doesn't really matter. I think you're getting away from what matters here, which is these pawns. You need to, if you're white here, you need to make sure that there's no another advantage. Right now, there's only one. You need two advantages to win this endgame. You need to create something else here too. And of course, F4. I'm never gonna allow the move F5, so I have to take. And then after this, King G6 is very good. Again, Black is just trying to find the way to get in. You need this king. If you don't get this king somewhere here, you're not winning the game. That's it. It's that simple. It's either the king gets in or you're not winning. So Black has to play H5 to get out of this little wall that White is creating here. If you don't play H5, nothing. So H4, only move H5. I mean, this is kind of a force. It's forced because you need to activate your king. Pawn takes, king takes. And you notice how this bishop is just amazingly bad. I mean, from move 1 of this endgame, right? This has been the problem all along. So now I'm taking the pawn on H4. You gotta protect the pawn. Rook there. It's time to bring the rook in, right? Check. King E3. Now this next move is extremely tricky. How do you make progress? How do you make progress? Now let's start with a basic endgame, so you guys know. For those of you who don't know, this is an easy draw for Black, because for White, because you only have one pass pawn. Okay, so to win a different color bishop endgame, you need 2 pass pawns, and you need them to be separated by more than 1 square. Okay, so if this pawn was here, for example, this was winning. Saumik, you have to go, of course, man. I don't really have a time schedule. I'm gonna be scheduled. If you check the schedule on chess.com, that will be the best time to find me, because I will be streaming only on Chess TV from now on. So you should check the daily schedule of chess.com. It is on chess.com/schedule. and if I'm showing that there, I will have a title there, and you know what I'll be streaming. Usually I schedule it one day before or the same day in the morning, so people know. Yeah, so for everyone, if you want to see when I'm streaming, just check on the chess.com schedule. That will be the best way for now. So yeah. So basically, good night. So I'll make it good night. So basically, after you play the move f5, if this pawn was on f5, I am on Chess TV right now. Yes, I am on Chess TV. So if you put the pawn on f5, the endgame is already completely winning. So one little step is winning because I get the second pass pawn. I need two pass pawns to distract the king and the bishop. But the problem is that the pawn is on f7. I don't have f5 because the ampersand. So not a chance. Okay. So we need to keep getting initiative. You need to activate this king. Now, can you play king g4 though? What happens if I play h5? What happens if I play h5? H5, king g3. Maybe. Interesting. Okay. So can you just go and maybe I can promote or something? I don't know. Is that even possible? And it is. This is what happened in the game though. King g3, and the problem is that the rook is now gone. Unfortunately for white cannot do anything because this rook is too strong. This bishop is so bad that you cannot help the protection of the pawn. So white have to move the rook away, and then now rook h4, and wait, oops, I just got a second pawn. Now I'm up a pawn for real. And look at my king. My king is amazing, right? My king activity. So check, king g3, rook d8, rook takes h4, and now black is just suffering. So Caruana makes the move that makes sense, I guess. Rook g8 check, get that king far away from you know, as much as you can, right? You know, because here's one idea that I could have. If I manage to put my king here, but I'm winning, right? I want to get here. Or if I go rook h2, that's another threat. I could be promoting the pawn. So check makes sense to cut off the king and stop rook h2. Why not, right? Then now king d2. A decent move too, to have the king around the bishop protection, and so that you can keep cutting off the rook. Because if you trade the rooks again, is a draw, right? So you cannot, if you're black, you cannot trade the rooks. So rook f5, activating, getting out of there, so I can start giving me checks on f2, and that will win the game pretty much. So bishop d4, Caruana, again trying to make life easier, play harder for Mr. Magnus. Rook f3, and now Caruana makes the losing mistake. I think the position is already lost anyway, or very tough to defend. But this move here, bishop e3, makes no sense, and I'm pretty sure Caruana was already in time trouble. Bishop e3, getting out of this diagonal, which is not a good idea by itself. But then it creates another problem. The next move is the key to Magnus winning this endgame. So what would you play if you were black? What would you play if you were Magnus? Next move is a bomb that pretty much ends the game. You know what Magnus will play? Maybe rook takes bishop. Take the bishop. No. Rook takes bishop, king takes. The rook's still on time. Not that easy yet. That could be if my king was a little more active, but not the case. Too slow. b2, and I don't know. Rook ba, I don't know. There's a lot of moves. f5, I hear an f5, but that's weird though. Dropping the pawn. Oh, the rook is hanging. Ooh, ooh. f5, huh? Why is that important? Why is f5 important here? Maybe I can go rook e8 and pass the pawn. You're getting risky. Well, the move is f5. Bam. Remember the endgame that we just talked about. The two pass pawns, right? With this move, yes, there is some tactics. You have to be careful. The pass pawn is being created now, but that now allows you to trade the rooks and not worrying about. If you want to trade now, that's fine. I trade the rooks, so now I win because I got the two pass pawns on a different color bishop endgame. That's it. Easy peasy. So now, what do you think he did? He played rook e8. That makes a lot of sense too. I mean, I'm playing f4 too, so you cannot just sit there and do nothing, because then I'm playing f4 and I'm gonna play f3 and I'm just gonna try to push those pawns. I'm also probably gonna bring my king back to protect his bishop. So rook e8 makes sense, trying to push that pawn. Then now f4, amazing again, just killing Caruana. Now what do you do? Caruana played bishop d4, the only move. But if you do bishop takes f4, what's the finish? How do you finish him up here? There is an easy way to finish him up. Bishop f4, b2. If you play b2, I go rook b8. Destroyer 40 hello. How often king and queen endgame occur on professional play? Oof, a lot. And blitz almost every day. If you're in time trouble, yes, they happen. Okay, so Ray saying b2, rook b8, rook b3. Thanks for the follow, Matthews. So rook b8, b2. I go. And then rook b3, and then what? Nothing. It's winning. So this is not an option. I go b2, rook b8, rook b3, rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, bam, promotion, unstoppable. So bishop f. So can you ask me a favor? It depends on the favor. Destroy. So bishop d4 is the only move, because bishop takes f4, b2, rook b3. So bishop d4 only move to stop b2, and now, well, what do you think he did? Well, this bishop is being attacked, so we got to do something about that. Let's move the bishop, right? But where? So many places. I'm sorry, Destroyer, if you need lines, you need to look for books or tutorials online. I don't know the main line on there's so many main lines, so you're gonna have to do it yourself. That's the best way you can improve in chess. So bishop c4, yeah, I mean that's a pretty easy, that's a pretty easy move. I mean, there's nothing as active as defensive as well, because look, bishop c4, you're doing rook d3 check, you're moving the bishop away. Thanks for the follow, Merville. Rook d3 check, protects the pawn on b3. I mean, now why have to do something? This is bad. Rook d3 is winning the bishop. So why goes king c1? Makes sense to get out of the thing, and then rook d3. So now you got a problem. You got multiple problems here. Because now I'm threatening f2, f3, but you have to deal with this pawn, and you have to deal with the b pawn. So basically the passing of the two pawns is the problem, no? Remember from the beginning we talked about how you needed to create it. You needed to create two weaknesses, two advantages to win this. Well, those here they are, the two pass pawns. So bishop a7 was played. I mean, that's just a weird move, but I don't think you have anything else. Bishop there, and now rook c3 check, making the king go somewhere that you don't want to be. King b1, and then bam, rook c2. And here we go. Now he's threatening bishop d3 with some check, promote, then no problem. Goodbye. So you cannot really go e6 because I go. I think I can go rook a2 if I want, and then that's it. Oh, actually, wait. I can go bishop d3, and then I have this score attack, which that's pretty much over, right? So he goes bishop, so rook c8, trying to make it a little harder. And then now Magnus, instead of going, I mean, he could have gone bishop d3, but it's not over yet because white has this pass pawn. The idea is that your king is too far away, then that will force you to get back and you lose the pawn. You don't want to lose the one pawn that you have. You want to keep those 2 pawns. So what Magnus does, okay, it's time to do what? Let's catch up, baby. Let's catch up to this pawn. Now, what happened if white plays e6? What happened if black? It's not over yet. I mean, these guys keep finding moves. E6. What happened if black plays? White plays e6. We have a tactic. What is the tactic? I'm promoting. Watch out. E7, E8. Hey, thanks for the follow, Capugas. For those of you that if you want to play some chess after, I'm thinking about maybe organizing a little tournament in between us. So maybe you do like a 5-round open or something. That would be fun after this game on chess.com. So you guys need to. I think I have a club, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, go join that club, guys. The programmers. If you join that club, and so that you guys can join the tournament, I'm gonna be playing too. So maybe do like a 5-6 round or something like that. 3 minutes or something like that. So we can play each other. That would be fun, or we can analyze some games. Because I don't know if I want to play blitz, and most likely I won't have any blitz online. So we'll see. Someone who can play online. But anyway, what's up? What are you doing? Bishop takes e6. Rook takes rook. Bishop f5. Yes! That's exactly it. Bam! That move is amazing. Once again, keeping the 2 pawns. You cannot lose one. Lose the 1 pawn, then I give up the bishop of the pawn, and it's over. It's a draw. So, not good. You gotta do something else. So, he plays rook c6. Caruana just keeps fighting, but it's too late. Now my king is on time. I go bishop d3, rook takes rook, pawn takes, and wait. Oops. The pawn is gone. If you play bishop ba, I go f3. You gotta go back to h2 to protect the f pawn and from promoting, and then that pawn is gone. And of course, remember, if you have 2 pawns. So bishop d4 is the only move, right? But then I go f3, and you are in some type of Sukswan now. So you go king d2, and then I go king e6. Important move. You cannot get the bishop. You gotta move your king, right? And then king d5. So you see, I'm not dropping the e6. Now I'm ready to go. King takes bishop. This did not happen in the game. Caruana played a worse move, but this is also winning. The bishop is overloaded. You cannot really do anything because the pawn on e5 is just hanging. So that is pretty much it. So Caruana play bishop ba, which doesn't make much sense. f3, you gotta go back to town to bishop a7, and then boom. Thank you very much. And of course, as you all probably know, because we said it multiple times today, no one can stop these two pawns because they're separated by more than one column. If this pawn was here, the game was a draw, but the pawn is here, so it's too easy because this king cannot deal with the two pawns. The king and the bishop cannot deal with the two pawns. So after king g3, Caruana resigned. I think maybe they resigned before, one move before, so, but more or less. F2 is unstoppable. Bishop takes f2, king takes f2. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Warmo. Thank you guys, thank you. So after this, I mean, it's over. So amazing game, right? Amazing game. Let's back it up for 1 second because of course the best move of the game was knight e4 and the initiative Magnus created on this endgame. You know, a very boring looking endgame. He just killed it. Just killed it. One of the things that I noticed on these matches, on this tournament in general, and pretty much you're gonna see it on every tournament that Magnus plays online, Rapid. He plays very fast. He plays very fast. He's got, most of the time he's up on time against any of these guys. And then he doesn't make the best moves sometimes, but he makes moves and he makes good moves, decent moves, and then suddenly he's just he's just up on time in like 10 minutes. I mean, it's crazy. I saw a Giri game. He played Giri in the final of the Chessable, and one of the games he won with white. He sacks a pawn that I think was preparation, but he sacks a pawn, and then at some point Giri had 3 minutes left and he had 13 minutes. It was just like crazy, you know. Then I look back and forward. When I look, Giri had 30 seconds left and Magnus had 9 minutes. I mean, it's just like you cannot play chess like that, right? If you are getting time trouble and the position is complex, you're gonna blunder everything. It doesn't matter who you are. And of course Magnus uses that to his advantage. He's just very good on practical game. He just keeps making moves. He doesn't make any big mistakes. He keeps the pressure, and then people just start blundering. He won so many endgames like this all the time, but he does it also on real games. This was, to me, this was almost like playing a long, serious game. I mean, it was a masterpiece. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And while we are doing that, let me actually set this one up here. This is a Wesley So 1 with Carlsen. We're not gonna go over this one. This will be for next time. But I want you guys to think about this position for a second. And what do you think? Do you think black is better? White is better? Is white to move? I'm Wesley. So black, Magnus played bishop d5, and I'm just gonna leave you here with white to move. And what would you do? Wesley has one very good move, and he didn't do it. he makes a mistake. But is Magnus worse? Is Wesley better? I don't know. Is Wesley worse? What do you think? Who do you think is better? So while you guys do that, I'm gonna be creating. I'm gonna try to create the tournament on chess.com so we can play some chess, and also getting the yeah. Let me get this going here while you guys are there. So I think, yeah, make sure you guys go to the club, the programmers, so we can do a club tournament. That way we can play some chess. Unless I can find someone online, we'll see. But you guys let me know if you're up for playing, or if you'd rather I play some games online with someone, with just another GM or something. So do you think white is better or white is worse? Magnus won the game. I wonder. Actually, later after Wesley threw away the game, he was completely winning at some point, completely winning, but he didn't see it. So that's what happened. That's what happened when you play Magnus. You miss a lot of stuff. Two. Knight F2. Whoa, man, that was pretty good. Taste your loss. Knight F2, dude. You're good. You're too strong. Knight F2. That's awesome. Who are you guys? You're just too strong for this. Well, guess what? Wesley played Knight E3. Inaccuracy. The best move was Knight F2. In fact, good job, guys. That was. I mean, I know it makes sense, maybe, but the fact that Wesley didn't do it, I mean, that's a big deal. So Knight F2, good job. The main purpose here is that you want to keep that file open. The other thing is that if you take the knight, which is what happened after Knight E3, well, you're not getting your king active. So why not? Let's do it, right? At the same time. So Knight F2, knight takes, king F2, and you're getting your stuff together, right? You're going forward. Much better. Yeah, that's what probably he thought. Well, the fact is that against A5, this is actually my favorite, one of my favorite lines of this game. I'm gonna stop here. Basically, and then for some blitz or something. So basically, after A5, this is an analysis did not happen in the game. Now, what do you do? What's the follow up here? I want two moves. I'm looking for two moves. White. Two next moves. You have to tell me black, white first move, black second move, and then white next move. Because the idea here is pretty amazing. And the reason why it's better to play knight F2. I think the best move is knight takes knight, king takes F2. But what happens if I just push? Thanks for the follow, Dermot88. Knight takes G4, takes G4. Whoa! Dude, you guys are just... Whoa! Whoa! Dude, are you guys using or what? Holy moly! You guys are good. Yeah. You guys are good, man. This is, yeah, that's it. Knight takes G4, pawn takes, and then H5. Bam! Actually, no, wait. Rook E5 first. And then now, H5. A little more simple, but same idea. And then that would have changed the game. That would have been better for white. That's what Wesley should have done. Which basically leaves you with knight takes knight, king takes F2, and then almost the same position as what they play, but a lot easier for black. Wow, that's good. Good stuff, GM. The problem is that white has obviously way more initiative here with king G3, king F4, king G5. And then it's still a game, but better for white. Now, this game went on and on, but I don't think Wesley got anything. Well, he blundered at the end. He was winning. This game was an entire mess. It was very good though, very good stuff. So this will be the end of this lecture part of it. Let me so I'm probably gonna play some games, maybe just talk a little bit. But before you guys leave or anything, if you're planning to go anywhere, make sure you guys check my website. I'm doing a tournament. Hey Jigsy, how's it going? How's it going? Been a while. I'm organizing a tournament, guys. You need to check it out. I'm actually gonna, you know what? While we're here, let me show you a little bit of the tournament stuff. I just created my website recently, maybe some weeks ago. The tournament has already 30 players confirmed. 25 of them are GMs, and I'm sure there will be a lot more coming. So it will be a fun tournament. It will be on Lead Chess. You guys need to check it out. Let me put the browser here so you guys can see. I think this is wait, is this chess.com or what? I think so, right? Wait. Yeah, I I think this is it. One second, let me see. Yeah, let me open that for a second here, and let's go to my website. Bam. Okay, so this is my website, guys. So check this out. Hey, thanks for the follow, Titus369, and thanks for the follow, Vazantic. So look at the tournament players right now. There's 32 players so far, and we got monsters like Mr. Parham Maksodlu, Garakamsky, the legend, Rolf Mamedov, internet legend. I mean, very good stuff. You guys, registration is pretty easy. You just go here. It's 12 bucks. There's a lot of prices. There are prices for everyone, and it's open for everyone. Look, there's a lot of prices. You can read all the information here, and the prices are down there for every section pretty much. There's a women's section as well. So the website is my website. You can check it out right here. Hit the link, gmfidelcorrales.com. So there are, like I said, 32 players so far registered, but it's gonna be very strong. Look at how many GMs. GM. But don't be afraid. It's a good time for learning. Play. You're gonna play at least 10 GMs if you play this tournament. So it's a good. Hopefully Ray Robson joins the tournament too later. I hope he does. And I'm sure we're gonna get more GMs at the end. But you know, chess players like to race at the end. It's just typical stuff from chess players. So check out the website. Make sure you don't don't miss the opportunity to play some strong players. So all right, moving on, guys. Let's go to chess.com. Electric Knight. Just hit the command. Exclamation mark web, and that will go right there, GM Fidel Corrales. You can also hit the upcoming, and there's a little information there, but all the information is on the website right here. Okay, you can do it right there. Let me see, this is a little messed up, so let me move this board, make it a little smaller so you guys can hopefully see better. Ooh, I don't know what's happening. I need to change this. It's not very good quality here. One second, let me see. Let me keep moving. Where is the... Okay, wait 1 second. Here we go. You guys can see. Here we go. Better. Okay, I don't know. This looks weird, but okay. Okay, so yeah, check out the website and all the details. 1 second. We got the opponent here. Let me see, why is this acting out funny? So let me fix the... Oh, because it's not showing this. Okay, I got it. So we are on opponentchess.com. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Why is this not acting funny? 2900, baby. Yes. Respect. Always at 2900. Okay, what is that? Okay, let me fix this, guys, because I haven't actually. Maybe I have one for chess.com full. 1 second. Chess full. Oh my god, I got it. I think I got it. Here we go. That's better. Right there. Okay, Ray, you want to lose your rating or what? Are you ready to lose your rating, Ray? I'm Ray. I'm ready to get some rating from Ray. I'm so Ray. Woo! Boom. You definitely lose. All right, wait. Let's check Ray. Let's see Ray is even. Okay, Ray Robson. Let's do it. Spicy, spicy. They're not online, so you're very tired. I'm very tired too. So you know what? Let me play. I'm very tired, but I'm just gonna play maybe a couple of games. And you guys, if you wanna play with me, that's fine too. Don't worry. You know what? Maybe let's play. We can play. I can play Ray too. But if you guys wanna play, let's go for it. Open to play. Let me actually change the title. His Majesty 18. Thanks for the follow, man. 1 second. Let me actually change the title of the stream so you guys don't. Anyway, people know it's Blitz. It's fine. You want to play me? Hey, honey, showers. Just go ahead, invite me. You gotta invite me. You gotta be my friend. Actually, that's what we need to be. If you're my friend, and you just put your username here. I am multitasking right now. Blah blah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there will be anyone. I'm looking for someone, but okay. So, honey. So, guys, tell your friends and your brothers or sisters, your parents, everyone about the tournament. I'm trying to popularize the tournament. Again, remember to check my website, register, check all the information there, so that hopefully the tournament gets the everyone hears about the tournament. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people to register. And I mean, I'm gonna do it every month, so this is not an every month thing. So you should definitely be aware, right? Do I talk like Pepe Cuenca? Like Pepe Cuenca? Claro, soy español, soy cubano. Hey Jixis, thank you for subscribing. 6 months straight. That's awesome streak. 6 months streak. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Salud. Thank you. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Woo. One sub. Yes. Boom. Yes, baby. Sí. Okay. Well, no, I mean, I don't know. Is just like calm down or something? No. Okay, no. All right. So we got David Paravian. We got Penguin GM. That's interesting. I am high. Okay. Niman always beats me. So let me try. Let me try and invite some people here. I'm not gonna play that many games because I know I'm gonna get killed. And I'm having a really nice, wonderful time. Maybe Shankland wants to play. There's a lot of people. This is good. GM has? Wow. How is this so low? 2780. It's crazy. You guys can see more or less. Jules 18. What's up? What is the -3? What is the -3 symbol means? What is that? Maybe I'm not seeing it correct. Oh, it's a heart. Oh, nice. Thank you. That's sweet. Thank you. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm just an old school guy, man. I'm just an old school guy. Obviously. I get it now. It makes sense. Less than 3 is 2. Oh, what? That. Funny. Very funny. Very funny. How's everyone doing with COVID-19? How are you guys doing? How's life for you guys? With the whole COVID-19. Where are you guys from? You guys? Well, I'm in Boston. So in Boston, I think we're doing pretty well overall. We started doing pretty bad, but it's getting a lot better. I think Boston is one of the best cities now in the U.S. Fortunately, so people here are listening. You know, they're just doing what they need to be doing, and it's going pretty well. Whoa! I got Shankland there. Woohoo! I didn't know you were from Australia. Oh man, yeah, this is like the never-ending story. We got Norway, awesome. We got Norway. We got Australia. I didn't know you were from Australia. You see, I didn't know. Maybe H4. Pittsburgh is not great, sadly. Oh man. Okay, should I play? Let's play the Firuza line. C4. Pittsburgh is not good. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to a lot to states, you know. Okay, let's play Bishop G5. Maybe he plays 97. That would be nice. Because then I go up on 6 pawn. It's really bad. Oh, Caro-Kann. Okay, I played this so many times already, so Should I do pawn takes pawn or pawn knight takes? I'm gonna play knight f3, let him take me. Yeah, I mean, in the US, it's a giant mess, man. Such a mess. No one listens. I mean, some people listen, some people don't listen. It's just like, oh, I don't know. You don't know what's happening. Okay, he's gonna play f6, and of course I knew that. I got bishop b3, and so far I've played this before. Rings the bell. Okay, let's play rook c1. So maybe some knight b5 or something here. I'm gonna play bishop d3 because it makes sense. I don't mind about this. I take on them. Bam. He's got some issues now. I'm gonna do knight takes knight. I'm gonna take it. See what happens here. b3 solid, and then oh wait, he gave me queen f5. I don't like that. That was not very good. Scholars mate against Shankland? No, I would be too disrespectful. I wouldn't do that. Okay, I gotta activate my rook here. He's got. Oh wait, that's actually kind of weird because I got bishop f4. That's what I was hoping. He's gotta go. No, you gotta show some respect for the top 50. Now I like my one of the ideas here is that the knight is a little out of the game, so I'm actually better here. I'm already better, way better. Very tough position for him. I've got g3, no problem. Whoa, rook e8. What is he even doing? I don't see anything. King g2. This is just easy money, right? I'm gonna play e3 and just provoke him. Let's go for it. I don't see what he's doing here. No. You cannot disrespect the masters. I gotta play b5, right? Or do I? What if I just go queen f5 and I don't care? I'm just gonna take my stuff. And I just freaking blunder, maybe. I'm gonna take it, I don't care. Okay, he wants to do that, I'm gonna do this. Simple. Simplicity, right? I'm just playing fast. That's not a bad idea. Let's do Magnus style. h5, Ganga style. Oh, rook takes g3. Tricky, huh? Tricky. I don't know what he's gonna do after h5, man. Bam, h5, baby. Oh my god. Wow, I have queen f4 check. Ooh, baby. You're so handsome. So handsome, baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was nice. Alright, that was pretty easy actually. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, he's mad. He's mad. You gotta be careful because he's mad. He's actually he's tilt. You can tell, right? This is total tilt right there for you. It's total tilt, baby. Woo, should I play e5? No, let's go for b5. I mean, he's playing all this BS. I should play e5 eventually. Now he wants g4. I'm gonna touch this guy just to see. Ooh, watch out, so handsome. Whoa, wait. Bishop g4 in. Oh my god, did I just like freaking blunder everything for no freaking reason? I just blundered pawn knight. This is so stupid. How can I fall for that? I'm obviously blind. Oh, Sam Shankland doesn't get mad? Well, no, that's not true. Everyone gets mad. Pawn takes pawn, bishop g4, e5. Man, what a horrible position I got. What can I do? What can I do? Maybe resign? Maybe resign? Okay, no. Bishop takes h3, knight g4, bishop g4, e5. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I don't care. Let's do it. Let's just freaking do it. I don't care. No respect. No respect. Zero respect. I mean, I'm not gonna resign. That's all. It's not about respect. I just don't want to resign. That's all. Bishop c5. I mean, I don't have anything in it, but I'm gonna try to maybe get somewhere. Play fast, and play fast. It's the only chance. Ugh. So bad. So freaking bad. I'm so lost here. It's insane. So losty. What is this move? Okay, he wants a 5. Should I go c5? Let's go c5 and freaking. Unbelievable. I'm getting mate. Unbelievable. Come on. Okay, whatever. Let's play one more. This is that was bad. That was so bad. Drop an entire piece. Let's play d4 now. Solido. Let's play the exchange variation. I'm not feeling like thinking very much, so let's just play fast. Speed. e3. It's typical, not typical. He's gonna play. Okay, he doesn't play it. Huh. That's a good move. I'm gonna play bishop b2, and then now when I play 6, now I go queen b3. Typical. Good stuff. Now that's weird. Because I have check, right? Wait. Do I have check? Did I just blunder? Queen f4, b5, knight takes b5 doesn't work. Bishop takes, knight takes. Knight c6. Soul Fury, I have a feeling I do any of that. What did I do? I guess I'm gonna go down and back. Whatever, castle. Yeah, he's got some pretty decent position here now. I'm gonna go to c2, solid. Display what? So, oh my god, that's actually just a joke. There's like a big meme out there, not in chess con. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not even a thing. I just made this actually comes from a meme that's very famous, and it's my own thing. It's not like nothing is nothing related to chess. Nothing related to chess. Is a funny meme online that some very funny lady came up with. So I think I can do this. I think. Yeah, I'm very unsure about this. I just dropped the pawn. Oh, I'm just playing bad, really bad. Okay, whatever. Oh God, what am I doing? I just lost the pawn. Probably more. I got this move here. b3, queen c7, no? How about queen c7 now? Huh? That's almost a blunder, but not really. Oh, I gotta do that, right? No. Oof. What the heck? Yeah, I'm gonna take this knight. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. I let him rook c1. Oh my god. No, why am I playing so bad? If I'm lucky, I save myself, but I doubt it. Let's play horrible. Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I just lost one. Yeah, you fake. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, one last game. Okay, this is the last game for sure. Tired. Okay. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna beat him. I think he gets mad. He just... We all get mad. Duh. I'm mad now. Nah, not really. Hey, thanks for the follow, Plate, Blade, from La Plata. Before also. Ay, ay, ay. Oh man.
I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here. All my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet.
Woof. Too long.
Way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You
Ah.
feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to
So slow. Just too slow. I'm too tired. I cannot really think. Oh my god, it's horrible. Oh man. Okay, I gotta beat him. This is so bad. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. This line here. Okay, before them. Yeah, I mean that was a good game. He played very well. I don't even know what I did wrong. It was just nice. No, and it's not. Okay, so that's not big deal. Play for them. We see I might fall asleep at any time during the games, I believe it. Oh, okay, well, yeah, thanks, Ray. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for watching. I totally get it. Okay, this is actually a good trade for me. Let's try the knight. Let's try that knight. It's probably gonna have to go back. Here we go. What do you think? What is my favorite theme in chess? Definitely attacking the king. Whoops! Whoops! Goal, baby. That's a goal for you. You think? What do you think? That's actually that long key walks is definitely one of my favorites, for sure. You should, if you like those, then you should check the game. Well, Kasparov Topalov, the famous game. Kasparov Topalov on the Pirk. Definitely worth taking a look at. You should also check the Wei Ji Brusson. Amazing game. Wei Ji Lázaro Brusson is amazing. You also got, I mean, there's so many good ones there. I think those are some of the best ones. Miltonwa, how are you? Thank you. Thanks for follow. He's playing very fast, but not really doing much. So I'm just better here. He's probably gonna play before. E3 is weak. I don't like me walking the kings, that's for sure. Definitely not. I'd rather be the one with the king safe and the other guy walking, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna play bishop c6. I like that, but let's trade that bishop. Smart. Okay, let's do this. Let's play Queen C7 here. A little passive for my taste. I mean, I think Paul got queen sack. I don't know that one. I don't know. Well, this is an easy money. Well, that's just a draw, right? Unless he wants to play this, I'm not really sure. Is he trying to win this? Maybe he's trying to win this. Not sure how, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, sorry, yeah. Alright, let's try the Karkan again. Got problems. Bum, bum, bum. I always say the last game, but it's never the last game, huh? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's try this one again. I'm pretty happy with what I play here. Bishop g5. Maybe he plays 97. No, he's not. He's not that. No, he's not gonna do that. This guy is a US champion on 2700. I won't be able to beat him very much, especially now how tired I am. That's okay. So this is okay. I gotta take this and then take the pawn. That's just typical. That's the moment I can take and then play bishop d3. This is already better for me again. Now he's got a ugly move. Just gonna castle. Now how about this? Looks that looks very easy. Bam! Let's do it. I don't care. I don't have much actually. He's got this. Wait. I have 95? Nah, I'm gonna take this pawn. This is very complicated. Hey, thanks for the follow, chess system. You got some chess system in here. He wants check, so I'm gonna do something. I gotta move my queen. I guess queen f5 makes sense. Coordinating his pieces a little bit. I'm not very happy with that, but this is not really a threat. So what is that for? I wanna play d5. And this. It's not really a threat. Take it. What about this baby? Life is hard. Life is hard. Knight d4, knight d4. Okay, I have to do this move even if I get mated. I don't care. Yeah, that makes sense. All I have, man. All I have. Sucks, but... Gotta do this. You sometimes gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, this is not good. The sack was definitely the obvious inaccuracy. Queen e5, king g1 again. Take on g5. Queen g3, knight g4. Oh shit, I did the worst move. Oh my god, no, the rook! I dropped the freaking rook! How in the world? Now I'm just lost. Ugh. Man, I had queen d3 directly, maybe. Alright. Well, guys. Thank you. Gotta go. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the games. I'm just totally blind, and he's obviously in fire. So anyway, I gotta go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, just another reminder for those of you who are interested in playing good tournaments, I'm organizing a tournament. Once again, the website is my website, gmfidelcorrales.com. Check it out. 32 players so far registered, but there will be a lot more. So super strong lineup. Everyone is welcome. Open tournament for everyone. So check out my website and register. August 16 is the event. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can see the videos whenever I do lessons or lectures for free. You don't have to pay to subscribe to YouTube. So thank you so much for those who sub on Twitch. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you all for watching. Enjoy your night and don't go anywhere, because I want to see if someone is streaming right now. So let me see whose channel is this. Who is this? Bodes Live, blah blah. Grandmaster Gauri. Let's do Grandmaster Gauri. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna leave you with Mr. Gauri, and enjoy your night. Have a good one. Hasta luego.